So here's how having kids affected my trading. I'll tell you a little story. So my daughter is going to turn 5 in May, and when she was born, well, one of the best and proudest moments of my life, and any of you new parents can you know the feeling. And I thought that my trading would be pretty much the same. At the time, I still had my day job, and I was coming up with my research at night on the weekend, and I would swing trade. Predominantly intermediate term swing trading. That's what was working well for me for about 6 years prior to her being born, and well, what was working well for me today, right now. But what happened soon after she was born, like for the first 6 months, I'm still trying to figure out being a new dad and not getting a whole lot of sleep. Uh, my trading started to go from this to this. And I'm like, well, what in the hell happened? I'm doing the same kinds of things. I know my rules. Well, what's going on? And it didn't dawn on me until about 6 months in that, hey, you had a major life change, and what used to take you just a few hours of prep on a weekend is now taking you 20 hours of prep on a weekend. You're not eating well anymore. You're going to Dairy Queen 5 times a week and eating loads of ice cream and all this stuff. You haven't exercised. You're gaining weight. You're sick. You're stressed out at the job. You're not sleeping well. No wonder why your trading isn't going well. So, after 6 months and, just seeing what was happening, not just in my portfolio, but how my health was taking a hit, how physically, like I could barely run around the block, and something had to change because I was on a really, really bad path at that point. And when I finally started to get my health back in order, like that was the first thing. Once I finally started to get my health back in order, when I finally started to gain some more energy, then I was able to start to make other adjustments, right? So I started to adjust how I was going to trade and how it's going to be effective. I started to get outside research to supplement my trading. And from there, I cut down a lot on the time that I needed. I was able to focus more on the trades. I was focusing more on my health. I was focusing on being a dad and being a good dad meant to me at the time. And the equity curve started to move back up again. But it was, looking back, it's about understanding how major life events can cause your trading to change. And so it's doing an evaluation of your lifestyle regularly, right? Like I'll do a broad assessment of my life, my direction. Like, am I going in the direction that I want to be going? Not just for trading, but for physical health, for family, for friends, for business, for legacy. And am I heading in the right direction? What direction do I want to go? Do I want to deviate somehow? And then adjust as life throws you a curveball, right? Especially a big one, like having kids, and then trying to adjust and taking those things into account. So whatever the major life adjustment is, whether it's having a new child, whether it's a change in job, or whatever it might be, factoring those things in to your trading and seeing how it might affect your trading and being sensitive to it too, because you might think that, oh, it's not going to affect my trading, but maybe just take a little bit off of what you would normally be trading if you do have a major life event. And then if it doesn't affect your trading, then scale back up. But just take just a little bit off just in case if it does, or at least be aware that something might come out of left field and start to throw your game off. And if it does, then take that step back and reassess, and then come up with a new game plan to help move yourself forward.